Hey fam, welcome to your September reading. This is TC, your guiding chariot. Before we get to the cards, I just want to lay some ground rules. I have changed the format, so if you've been following my channel, you've been watching the monthlies, I've totally revamped them. So the setup will be different. Before I would do a pull for love, a pull for your own spiritual growth, and a pull for kind of work and money. And then we get your main spirit message. I've kind of changed it where I kind of want to keep those three facets separate. So this one is really going to be an overview for the month, how you're developing, what's going on in a spiritual space for you. I'm going to do love and money things separately. So instead of doing them all here, I'm breaking them apart so we can go a little deeper instead of kind of giving you kind of surface answers for all three. We're going to have like a dedicated monthly for each. So don't worry, love will probably come next. So I'm going to do spirit and then love, and then we'll do money, or how I don't know how I'm going to do the money one yet. We'll see. We'll figure that out. I might do the two together. I might do them separate. But this one's literally focused just on, spiritual development, divine energies, all that good stuff. So we are still going to do a mix of oracle and tarot. Tarot for our big kind of spirit message, and then the oracles I'm going to use on kind of how you're showing up, what kind of divine angelic assistance is coming in, and then also what kind of earthly animal spirit guidance is coming through for you. I keep saying September, but I feel like this reading is really more like Virgo season, so some of it may have already started. Yeah, it's been an interesting Virgo season so far. I'm definitely feeling this earth energy, so I hope you are too. It's amazing. If you see me look down, I'm looking at a calendar of planetary transits. I just wanted to talk. There's a lot going on planetary-wise, astrological-wise, so I just wanted to throw some general things out that you all can benefit from, and then we'll get into the cards. I just wanted you to kind of know what the setup was. This month, or this season, Virgo season, lots going on. So first and foremost, we have a lot of power planets all in Virgo, some of them in conjunctions. We have the Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, all in Virgo. Sun, Mercury, and Mars actually make a conjunction. I think this Monday. I want to say it's this Monday. The Sun and Mars come into conjunction. I want to say Mercury joins them on like the 3rd. I think Venus is already there, so she's ahead of the game. But having all these planets in very close proximity, they're very close to each other in the skies. They make a lot of similar aspects. I think they oppose Neptune at some point. They make a couple trines with other planets. I think at some point they might square Jupiter or somebody. I don't know. Lots of things go on. But essentially what that means, there's going to be a lot of kind of step-ups and not obstacles, but opportunities to kind of step up and do things, in a more evolved way. So expect yourself to kind of be evolving and leveling up throughout the month. Lots of opportunities just to kind of work through some things and finally make that next step. A big part of that, though, is being able to let go of how you've normally done things. This is going to be a new opportunity. This is going to push you in a new way. You kind of have to embrace that to reap the benefits. So there may be a lot of, fear in, having to let go of something that feels comfortable or feels normal for something that may look kind of uncertain. There may not be any guarantees with some of these opportunities coming in. You just kind of have to accept it and take it, and realize that this is what you've been looking for. Is it new? Is it scary? It totally could be. Does that mean we don't do it? No. Okay? One other thing I want to talk about is Saturn. So Saturn goes direct, I believe, I'm trying to remember, but I can look at it. 18th. All right. So Saturn goes direct on the 18th. Saturn is in the sign of Capricorn. It's at 13 degrees. So wherever 13 degrees of Capricorn sits in your chart, if you don't know, you can go online, get your natal chart done, and find all that info out. Wherever that point is, probably since I believe Saturn went retrograde at the end of April, if I remember correctly. Since that time, sometimes it's kind of nice when Saturn goes retrograde, because Saturn can be a real heavy, it's our taskmaster. It can be a hard planet to deal with sometimes. So when it goes retro, it's nice. You get a little breather. You get a little more wiggle room. Once it goes direct, yes, it's going to be putting its energy in that space again. But what's nice is that wherever that point is, wherever Capricorn is in your chart, now you're going to see some forward progression. We've had a couple months to kind of reassess things and realign things and kind of feel things out in a different way, maybe experiment a little bit, try something, try shift this, try change that. Once we get Saturn going direct again, now we can start moving forward with this new structure. So if you've kind of taken this opportunity to do that reassessment, or even if you just tried something different and just try, maybe we'll try do this for a little bit and see how it feels. Whether you liked it or not, that's still information you can use. I talked about this in the Virgo new moon video, so if you haven't seen that, you can watch the beginning of that. That'll go into this a little deeper, sorry. Haven't had my morning cup of tea yet. But with that being said, there will be forward movement wherever Capricorn is in your chart. So that's something to look forward to. But I bring it up because, again, Saturn is our taskmaster. It's a harder, more restrictive planet to play with. So now that he's waking up and getting it going again, it's going to be a little, I don't want to say demanding, because it's not necessarily demanding, but again, it's that's kind of our planet of adulting. So we have these level ups that I was talking about with our personal planets, then Saturn kind of waking up, getting out of bed and going direct, who's really going to ask you to, okay, put your big boy pants on, put your big girl skirt on, now this is time to work. We've got a job to do. So these level ups have really been about strengthening you and almost focusing and strengthening your resolve and dedication to something. And then Saturn gets up and is like, all right, let's do this. Because Venus is involved, and where all of these placements are, a lot of this could be about love and money. Love in terms of how you show up in your relationships, what you desire or require out of your relationships, and then money. What are you doing about not only your finances, but where you find value, how you're earning money, and what you're working, what field you're working in, and how it fills you and satisfies you, and obviously provides. So there may be some new realizations and some breakthroughs in those realms as well. So the upcoming monthlies should be real interesting for a lot of us. I just wanted to throw some of that out. That's just some general stuff. Apply it to your chart as you will. So wherever Virgo is, because that's where all those personal planets are, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, they're all in Virgo for a good chunk of the month. Saturn's going direct in Capricorn. Those are two placements you definitely want to be aware of. All right. With that said, let's get into the cards. All right. I'll see you in a sec. Hey Gemini, welcome to your September tarot reading. This is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. As I talked about in the intro, going to be a little different this month. This first reading is going to be all about guidance and connection to Spirit, what Spirit is sending to help you through this month. Normally we do love and money things in here as well. I decided we're going to put those in a separate reading, so this is completely dedicated on spiritual growth and guidance. All right. So first deck, for the oracle decks, I plan to kind of use them to see how you're showing up this month, what guidance divine is sending you, and then what guidance our nature spirits or animal spirits are sending you. So what you're getting on a physical plane, what you're getting on a more elevated spiritual plane, and then how you yourself are showing up. All right. Oh, we're gonna take that. We're totally gonna take that. That was real fast, Gemini. Well, I was gonna have a whole spiel. I hope you're having a good month so far. I hope Virgo season has been treating you well. Interesting. So you guys got the Stag card, Trust and Thrive. So I almost wonder if you're having a time of it. Not that necessarily it's been a hard month, but it does make me wonder if there's something you have needed to endure, if there's something that you are just persevering through and, trusting that it's, all happening with good intention. It's not trying to just sabotage you or mess with your flow. Like, this is something that truly is trying to benefit you. Something that is truly trying to bring you more and get you to grow. So with the Stag card, I think there's something to be said about your endurance and just having to push through. especially in Virgo season. Virgo season's all about due diligence. I was talking about in the last video, in the Taurus video, I think almost every video has had me say the phrase due diligence. But that's what Virgo season's about, right? And that's kind of what the past couple months have been getting us ready for. We had all those obstacles removed in July with the eclipses. August was about taking that truth and making decisions on what we want to do about it, how we're going to change, what we're going to create. And now it's time to really start making that happen and to act and to put in the work. So you guys may just be having a bit harder time pushing through, or you've got a few things that you just need to overcome to make all those things happen or to clear the way. It's kind of like when you're trying to re-landscape a place, and maybe there used to be this big old dead tree in the middle of where you're going to put this part, and you're in the process of like digging up the stump and removing the blocks so that you can put down the grass, right? It's kind of like that. But I think it's a great card because Stag carries a lot of earth energy. We are in earth season. You guys are air, so it's nice to have this grounding to kind of bring you back and kind of focus you. Because you have a lot of ability and a lot of clarity and thought about things, and you can process things very well. But sometimes you process faster than you can react. So here, Stag is helping to slow you down and bring you back to earth, so you can take all of that intention and channel it into something, right? So it's actually super beneficial. And that's not too bad, showing up as a Stag. That's pretty impressive, right? I think it is. Alright, Spirit, who are you sending to help Gemini as they move through Virgo season and through these challenges? Oh, that was way higher than I thought it was going to be. That was kind of funny. Oh, I was holding them upside down the whole time. Love this. You gotta love this. Green Tara. Supreme Protection. I don't know why I said that so quiet. It was like my volume just was, Green Tara. But yes, Green Tara, Supreme Protection. Should grab me some water. The prompt reads, you are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. Look at that. Everything we were just talking about. If the camera side, they focusing. Yay. So trust has come up twice. And this is divine trust. So whatever's going on in your life, Gemini, trust that it is good. Trust that it is bringing you more or getting you to act on a higher level. It is all good. And again, with Green Tara, the prompt is know you're protected. Know you're being guided and walked through this. You're not doing it alone. You're not being thrown to the wolves without anything to defend you, or, a piece of meat you can throw as a diversion to get away. You have the tools, the resources, and the guidance you need if you look for it. And any limitations or especially with cords, this even could be relationships, anything that's holding you back or keeping you stuck from moving on is going to be removed for you. Alright, so you also need to trust in that too. There's a lot going in my house today, so if you could hear noises in the background, I am sorry. I hope you can hear me alright. Alright. I was holding this one upside down too. I was just holding all the cards upside down. Love this. So almost kind of continue the same. You guys got Vulture Spirit. But the prompt is nothing is wasted, including the energy you're putting into this situation or the time that's been spent dealing with whatever you're trying to persevere through. Nothing is wasted. This energy is going to good use. There is a reason for it, alright? I love this. Vulture Spirit could even just be a heads up too, to not waste anything. It's almost giving me very like Four of Cups energy, because Four of Cups is, like kind of throwing yourself, not that you're throwing yourself a pity party. I'm just making an example, but the Four of Cups is about, kind of being stuck in regret and sadness and a lack mentality, when if you would just kind of look off to the right a little bit, there's a blessing right there. I mean, to sum up that card, it's really about finding the silver lining, or that there's something good out of this challenge, or out of this obstacle, or out of this feeling. There's something to be gained here. And Vulture Spirit saying nothing is wasted is essentially saying everything has a purpose. There's a reason why this is happening, right? Oh, all right. Ah, that's a great reason. Look at that. Even reverse so you can see it. Three of Wands, we are working on your fulfillment and the physical manifestation of what it is you have been waiting for. You know, it's like there you are on the cliff waiting, looking at the horizon. Where's my ships? Where's my abundance? Where's my dream lover? You know, whatever it is you've been asking Spirit for. That's what we're working on. Oh, that was a big little chunk of cards. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, it is a pretty big chunk of cards. All right, we'll just go through them one by one. So we've got the Knight of Cups. I'm so sorry about the glare. So Knight of Cups. This could talk about an emotional offer. So some of you, this could be romantic. But this is seeking something that's emotionally fulfilling and satisfying. And look, right after that, we have the Ace of Cups. So literally, you're out questing for your Ace of Cups. Your feeling of love and beauty and fulfillment and comfort, security, any of those emotions that speak to you. That's what the Ace of Cups is resembling. And yes, it does resemble love, so it could totally be love as well. Four of Wands. This could even be a marriage card. So, Geminis, lots of romantic things coming through right now. But this is a card of foundations. Another card of stability, because you think about the number 4, you know, you make a base, like that makes the four corners. It's a stable shape. Hanged Man, got a little self-reflection going on. Not necessarily a bad thing. 5 of Pentacles, feeling alone, or having to do it alone. And then the Empress, creating abundance. I love this. All right, so this top row, and it's funny because this top row paints a beautiful story, and then we get to these two cards and it feels a lot harder. But essentially, I think this top row is really about what we're chasing for you, what we're trying to find, what all this work we're trying to put in, what is it trying to bring us, what is it trying to get us to. And again, it's about the fulfillment and physical manifestation of whatever this is that truly feels nourishing and soul satisfying to you. You know, right now, because we talked about the stag and feeling protected, right now I think we're sitting in this energy, Gemini, this hangman energy. You know, so it may feel like we're not moving, you know, because again, we're being hung in a tree, so we're not going anywhere. You know, we're kind of stuck here, and we're kind of forced to have to process and look at things in a different way and look at things in a different perspective. And it is something that no one really can help you with. Like this you have to do on your own because it is internal. Finding that motivation, that will, and that endurance comes from within you. You can't, you can't go buy a bottle of Gatorade and drink it and suddenly become an athlete. Like you have to make that happen. It has to come from inside of you. So to me, that's what these cards are really about. But you emerge out of this hangman energy into the Empress. This is abundance. This is creation. Total earth energy, you know, as we're here in Virgo season. Total earth energy. Total earth energy. Like, it's kind of intense how much this Virgo season is really getting you to a place of creation and abundance. But creation in a sense that it's you. You are the one creating the abundance. You are the one making things happen. It's not like you're like, oh, I'm just going to wait for this opportunity to come. Like, you are making this happen. Like, this is all you. You know, and some of you may be worried about it because here we have the 9 of Swords going on underneath here. We have the 3 of Swords, which is about heartache. So this could be something from your past that's keeping you fearful or afraid of making things happen, or even thinking you're capable of it. But again, look underneath that. We have Temperance. This is about the fusion. You know, this in alchemy, this is about the silver. What is it? Or no, it's was it sulfur and mercury being mixed together to create gold? This again. This is about all these things being thrown into the cooking pot and brewing to make something new and wonderful. To me, this is the fusion of all you've learned, all you've taken in, so that you can create this new abundance with this Empress energy. And even underneath that, you have the King of Swords. Natural energy for you, my friends. This is all about the mind, logical thinking, analyzing, strategizing, creating the plan, having the foresight, seeing the vision. This is you seeing, essentially seeing the future and laying down the groundwork on how to get from where you are now to getting to this Empress energy. How do we get from A to B? And I know you can do that. You know, you're the little, you know, synapse of the zodiac. You're the one that connects the dots. You pass on the messages. You infer the meaning. So now I think it's time for you to kind of infer some of that for yourself versus just sending the messages out. I think now you kind of have to sit and stay still for a bit and channel that. And how can you use this information now? You know, you're really good at sending it to everybody else. I think now's the time where you have to kind of focus in and send it to you. And how do you create this abundance and this fulfillment for yourself? It's not so much about communicating with others. It's really communicating your needs to you and then figuring out how to make them happen. All right? So whatever challenge you're facing, endure. Endure, endure, endure. Push through, all right? That's the big thing, all right? Trying to see if there's anything else I want to say. It's so funny. So I have my roommate's in the other room doing his podcast with his friends. Literally, it was so quiet up until your video. My phone is getting all kinds of texts. They're getting loud. Communication all around. Tons of distractions. You may be dealing with this very same thing. Like, I'm trying so hard to stay focused. And I'm like, oh my God, can everything shut up? So I don't know if that's going on in your world too, Gemini. But this stag doesn't care about that. You as the stag, I don't care if the birds are chirping. I don't care if the fish are jumping out of the river. You know, little twigs are falling off. The stag stays focused. Yes, it's vigilant, it's watchful, you know, but it's not, you know, this is the king of the forest. He's not getting swayed by these little tiny, you know, acts. You know, there's a much bigger thing on his mind, and he is focused on what he needs to do, right? So I think this is a example of how this month is going on for you. You guys may be surrounded by a lot of distractions or just a lot of like white noise, so to speak. You know, and this month is about you staying focused, knowing that all of that really doesn't mean a whole lot, you know, because you are working on something much bigger and personally much more significant. So don't let all these little side noises and side chatters, you know, make you worry and make you anxious with this Nine of Swords. You know, you may have to isolate and separate yourself from some of that so you truly can focus on you, right? So you may have to create some new boundaries for yourself. You know, if this is with friends or coworkers or family members, whoever it is, you may have to just set up some extra boundaries so you have the time or the ability to focus so that you can come out at the end of this month as the Empress, full of abundance and creativity and creation. That's the big one, creation. What are we creating? All right, my loves, it is crazy in here. I'm going to cut this off. Good Lord. Wishing you the best. You know, I'm so sorry I didn't do any videos in August. I love you guys. I missed you. I hope you missed me. Wishing you all the best. Thank you so much. As always, I love to hear from you guys. Let me know what's been going on, how this resonated with you. Hit me up in the comment section below. Also, let me know what you thought of the new format. Is there something I could add? Something you want tweaked? Let me know. I'm kind of open. And then we will have the love and money readings coming up later. I wanted to kind of dedicate this one mostly to spirit. All right. But yeah, so hit me up in the comments. You can DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. And if you want to book a private session, all that info will be in the description box below. All right. Thanks, Gemini. And I will see you in your next video. Bye.